Welcome to Tail Talks 360. Don't forget to subscribe and like before you start watching. Enjoy! She's not just a pop star, she's a storyteller, a strategist, and the architect of a modern musical dynasty. This is the story of how Taylor Swift, a girl with a guitar and a dream, reshaped the entire music industry. Her career is a masterclass in evolution, from a determined teenager in Nashville to a global icon commanding her own empire. Taylor Allison Swift was born on a Christmas tree farm in Pennsylvania, where her love for storytelling took root. Inspired by country legends like Shania Twain and Faith Hill, she started writing songs at 12, teaching herself guitar from a few simple chords. At just 14, she convinced her family to move to the heart of country music, Nashville, Tennessee. She knocked on every door on Music Row, demo CD in hand, but was told she was too young. But her determination was unbreakable. Her big break came at a place that's now part of her legend, the Bluebird Cafe. During a small acoustic set, she performed her original songs, including an early version of Tim McGraw. In the audience was Scott Borchetta, an executive about to launch his own label, Big Machine Records. He was captivated by her raw talent and signed her on the spot. That one night set the stage for her transformation from a young songwriter into a global phenomenon. In 2006, her self-titled debut album introduced a teenage songwriter wise beyond her years. Songs like Tim McGraw and Teardrops on My Guitar made her the voice of a generation of young country fans, and the album went multi-platinum. But it was her sophomore album, Fearless, that launched her into superstardom. It blended country storytelling with irresistible pop hooks, giving us massive hits like Love Story and You Belong With Me. The album didn't just top the charts, it won Album of the Year at the Grammys, making her the youngest artist ever to receive the award at that time. This era also gave us that unforgettable VMA moment with Kanye West, a cultural flashpoint that would echo through her career for years. As critics began to question her songwriting abilities, Taylor fired back in the most powerful way she knew how. She wrote her entire third album, Speak Now, completely by herself. Songs like Mine and Mean weren't just hits, they were a declaration of her artistic independence. She proved she was more than just a performer. She was a masterful songwriter, standing on her own. Then came the turning point. Red, released in 2012, was a brilliant fusion of country heartbreak and pop euphoria. With songs like We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together and the fan-favorite epic All Too Well, she set the stage for a full-blown pop crossover. And she delivered. Named after her birth year, 1989 was her grand reinvention. Leaving country behind, she embraced a sleek synth pop sound that took over the world. Shake It Off, Blank Space, and Style were everywhere. She even reclaimed the media's narrative, poking fun at her public image in the Blank Space video. 1989 earned her a second Album of the Year Grammy, solidifying her status as a pop titan. After a year of public scrutiny and near total silence, she returned with a vengeance. Reputation was dark, defiant, and drenched in electronic pop. With snake imagery and sharp lyrics, she flipped the public perception on its head. The accompanying stadium tour became one of the highest grossing of all time, proving she wasn't just a musician, but a cultural force. Then, she stepped into the daylight. Lover, her first album under a new record deal, was bright, romantic, and a celebration of new beginnings. Most importantly, for the first time, she owned her masters. When the pandemic hit, Taylor did the unexpected. She retreated from pop spectacle and released Folklore, a moody indie folk masterpiece created in isolation. She wrote about fictional characters and deep introspection, collaborating with artists like Aaron Dessner of The National. Just months later, its sister album, Evermore, followed. Critics hailed both as creative triumphs, and Folklore won her a third Album of the Year Grammy, a feat no other female artist had achieved. But perhaps her boldest move was yet to come. When the master recordings of her first 6 albums were sold without her consent, she didn't just get mad, she got even. Taylor announced she would re-record her entire back catalog. The Taylor's Version project was born. Fans rallied behind her, making each re-release, from Fearless to 1989, a global event. She was reclaiming her past on her own terms. In 2022, she returned to pop with Midnights, a concept album about 13 sleepless nights. It shattered streaming and sales records. At the 2024 Grammys, it won Album of the Year, giving her a historic 4th win, surpassing legends like Frank Sinatra and Stevie Wonder. Just as the world was catching its breath, she released The Tortured Poets Department, a sprawling, deeply personal project that showcased her most complex and poetic writing to date. Then, in the autumn of 2025, she did it again. During a surprise podcast appearance, Taylor unveiled her 12th album, The Life of a Showgirl. She pulled the album from a mint green briefcase, a dramatic reveal that sent fans into a frenzy. For years, The Life of a Showgirl was the title of a rumored fan-made bootleg of her unreleased demos. By claiming the title, she turned fan mythology into official canon. The album, a radiant return to dance-infused pop, debuted with a record-shattering 4 million units sold in its first week. It became her 15th #1 album, with all 12 tracks dominating the top 12 spots of the Hot 100. Today, Taylor Swift is arguably the most powerful artist in the world. The Eras Tour is the highest-grossing tour in history, and her influence extends far beyond music. With 2 re-recordings left to release, her story is far from over. Her legacy isn't just about charts and trophies, it's about an artist who fought for ownership, turned vulnerability into strength, and proved that true power lies in writing your own story. From a small cafe in Nashville to global stadiums, Taylor Swift has shown us that the stage lights are only half the story. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through Taylor's incredible career, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories about the artists who shape our world.